sitting up nice and tall, just taking a few moments to take the awareness within, or you can lay down to start the practice. It's up to you. I suggest you stand up because, I suggest you stay seated because lying down you tend to find yourself in a more relaxed position and less likely to want to get up. Alrighty, so just finding your comfortable seat, whatever that may be for you, either crossing over at the ankles, the calves, easy pose Sukhasana. Just making sure you're nice and relaxed through the knees. If you've got a pillow, just throw them under the thighs there, just to relax through the knees so that your knees are not off the ground. See if you can relax them down as best you can. And then just sitting up nice and tall, shoulders above the hips, ears above the shoulders, chin relatively parallel to the mat. Arms are relaxed, shoulders are back and down and away from the ears, just releasing through the neck and the shoulders. And then we come into some stillness in the body, in the breath, in the mind. Just taking this opportunity to take the awareness inwards. Just following the breath as you inhale through the nose and exhaling out through the nose, just following the breath in through the nose, down the back of the throat, down through the windpipe, down into the lungs, just filling up the body with beautiful prana, the life force, the vital energy. It's what provides power or energy for our power station called the body, giving fresh life on each breath to all the organs in the body, all the cells, the trillions of cells that require oxygen. Sorry about that. Didn't have my camera going to zoom. How's that? Sorry about that. I had my eyes closed. Wasn't paying attention. Well, I was, but alrighty. So just pausing here for a few breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose, maybe deepening the breath on the inhale, extending the breath on the exhale. Just noticing which side is more dominant than the other. Maybe what you'd like to do is take the thumb to the right nostril and just breathe through the left nostril. Just blocking the right nostril with the right thumb. Then extending the two fingers out towards the brow so that you've got the last two fingers free. Just inhaling, exhaling. Then at the bottom of your next exhale, just block the left nostril with the ring finger and inhaling through the right. Just noticing which one is allowing the oxygen or the prana to move freely into in through the nose, out through the nose. You'll notice one side is probably more blocked than the other. A few more times on this side. As you exhale through the right, block the right, inhaling through left a few times. This is called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. Next time you exhale through the left, block the left and unblock the right, inhaling through the right a few times. One more time. Exhaling through the right, just releasing, taking the hands down to wherever they feel comfortable. Just noticing the breath now, noticing the easy flow going into the nose. And then coming back to your natural breath. Just sighing it out through the mouth if you want, inhaling. And we'll sigh it out through the mouth. When you're ready, on the next inhale, send the chin to the sky, just opening up through the throat. Exhaling, chin to chest. Inhaling, chin to the sky. Exhaling, chin to chest. So our two energy centers, or the main two energy channels that run through our bodies, Ida and Pingala, left and right sides of the nostrils, or the yin and the yang, two major energy centers that run through the center of our body. Exhaling, chin to the chest. Pausing here, chin on the chest, bringing the hands into heart center, fingertips and palms gently touching. We take this opportunity to give love and gratitude to ourselves and our bodies for coming to practice. And if it's within your practice, hands on the knees and just bowing down to Mother Earth. Forehead on the mat, staying down low here, extending the arms beside the ears, fingertips touch down on the mat, just coming up onto the spider fingers, and then seeing if you can just press those hips back behind you onto the mat or your pillow. Just continuing to relax, to release through the lower back. Continuing to breathe, inhaling through the nose, out through the nose. A few more breaths, just relaxing down here, forehead on the mat, or maybe take a fist, one on top of the other, just to support the head if you can't reach the mat. And then when you're ready, we'll just walk the hands back in towards you. Coming up halfway, lengthening out through the torso. The torso is nice and long, walking your hands across to the right. Hands are either side of the knees. And then we'll just walk the hands out in front, lengthen through the torso, just bowing the head down in between the arms. Maybe crossing the left wrist over the right. Just let the head be heavy, touching the head down wherever it feels good. Opening up through the side body. Feeling that beautiful stretch into the hamstring. Maybe not the hamstring, maybe the side of the hip there, the glutes. Maybe a little bit of hamstring action, depending on how you're feeling today. Try to keep the knees nice and grounded here, so the knees aren't lifting up. A few more breaths. And then from here, just using the muscle strength in your abdomen, if you've got it, just coming across to the other side, just rising up and then coming across, lengthening out through the torso, hands either side of the knees, walk them away as you just lower the torso down. Maybe take the left or the right wrist across the left, just bowing down here. Just let the head be heavy. Try not to let that knee lift up on the right, using your muscles just to get that knee close to the ground. And just relaxing here. few more breaths. On your next inhale, we'll rise up, coming back to center. Just pausing here for a few breaths. And then we'll just send the fingertips to the sky. We'll interlace the fingers, pressing the palms away to the sky. Opening up the chest to the sky, looking up to the hands if that's good for you, for your neck. See if you can tilt the arms back a little bit. And then releasing, extending the fingers out behind you, interlacing the fingers. And so the shoulder blades are coming together, the elbows are nice and straight. And so we're setting the fingertips or the hands away from the body, and we're just going to come forward in your version of a seated pose, and we're just going to send those arms above the head, back behind you. A few breaths here, just noticing how you're feeling through the shoulders. Just getting some beautiful blood flow into the shoulders here. Just maybe just twisting the torso a little bit, keeping the forehead on the mat. Just twisting through the torso a little bit, hips are on the mat. Just letting the torso. The shoulder, maybe one shoulder trying to head towards the ground, the other shoulder's going back behind you towards the opposite side. A few more times. Then when you're ready, just releasing the hands on the back, keeping the fingers interlaced. Just pausing here for a few breaths. Then when you're ready, just sliding the hands up the thighs to the knees, just helping yourself up. Just sitting up nice and tall here, taking the pillow out from behind you if you've got one there. Sitting up nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders back behind you. Backing away from the ears. We'll just move through the neck again, so chin to the sky, chin to chest. Just let the breath just initiate the movement here. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling. Take the full breath to move through the posture, move through the sequence. Next time you come through center, we'll just drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. And then we'll take the left ear to the left shoulder, keeping the hands relaxed wherever they feel comfortable. Right ear, right shoulder. Keeping the shoulders nice and level. Left ear, left shoulder. Next time we come through center, we'll just pause here for a few moments. We'll drop the chin to the chest and we'll roll the left ear over to the left shoulder. Maybe stick the chin up a little bit. Just noticing how that changes into the neck there. And dropping the chin down a little bit, rolling across to the right side. Maybe just bringing that chin up a little bit. Not too much, just enough so you can feel it in the neck. Come across to the other side. It's all about how you feel in yoga, not what you look like. Maybe do a full circle if the neck is good, in good shape. I'm getting all these vertebrae up in the cervical spine and the cartilage and all the joints and ligaments. We're just getting movement into these areas. Opposite direction with the neck, full circle or half circle, or if this is too much for you, then obviously just pause wherever it feels good and just come back to the breath. And continuing to do the full circle. And next time the chin's on the chest, is pausing here for a few breaths. And so there's a energy lock in the throat. So if you, with the chin on the chest, if you just, it's like you're closing up the epiglottis. It's like you're about to swallow. If you just, and you can lock the energy in here. There's another one called the Uddiyana Bandha, which is in the stomach, which is if someone's, it's like if someone's just about to punch you and you say, come on, punch me, and I'll get ready for it. You're just activating that energy lock in there so that when someone does punch you, you're ready for it. And then the Muladhara Bandha is at the perineum, so it's like you're trying to stop yourself from going to the toilet. You're locking up that energy in there. And so when you lock up all those energies, the energy stays within the body so you can use them to your advantage. Just a little bit of information there. So we'll extend the legs out in front. You can either use a pillow behind you. I like to tilt the pelvis a little bit, just so I'm not slumping through the lower back. And so from here, just maybe rub the back of the thighs here. Just drawing those toes back towards the face, wiggling the toes, flexing and extending through the ankles. So when we dorsiflex the feet, it's when the toes are pointing back towards us, and when we plantar flex, a plantar flexion is when the feet are basically moving away from you, so you're flexing the feet. Alrighty, so fingertips forward, up and back a little bit if that's good for you, and then we'll do a bit of a flow here, so fingertips touch down wherever they can as you forward fold, pivoting at the hips, inhaling. Exhaling, just drawing those toes back towards the face, inhaling. Exhaling, nice tall spine here. One more time, inhaling. Exhaling, just let the hands touch down wherever it feels good, just releasing through the lower back here so the chest is forward. You're looking forward at the feet. Maybe take a pistol grip of the big toes here, take my socks off. Pistol grip of the big toes here. So you can either do it, let gravity do the work here, or you can just bring yourself down with a bit of intensity. It's up to you here. Just let gravity do the work. Is it more yin style? More yang style is, if that's what you need this morning, then by all means. If you need to bend the knees just to release through the hamstrings a little bit, if the hamstrings are tight this morning, then just bend through the knees, and then just looking forward, just let the body just drape over the thigh here. Just feeling a beautiful release, just letting go of any thoughts, any tension in the mind and in the body. Maybe interlacing the fingers around the front of the soles of the feet there, and then just pressing the heels away. Just feeling that beautiful lengthening through the hamstring, the back, the glutes are getting a bit of a workout, the hip joints are getting a little bit of stress, a good stress, a positive stress. And then when you're ready, slowly just rising up. So you're using the core muscles, Uddiyana Bandha, just fingertips up to the sky, and then rotating through the shoulders. We'll just take the hands behind us, comfortable distance away from the body, fingertips pointing, we'll point the fingertips towards us, and then we're just going to dig down through the heels and press down through the hands. Got to press down to rise up, pressing down through the hands, pressing down through the heels, and we just lift the hips up. And then hips to the sky, tilting the head back if that's where you're at today. If not, just chin on the chest. Nice straight line between the shoulders and the heels. Hips up a little bit higher. And then from here, just walk one foot in, the other foot in, so the heels are underneath the knees here. The soles of the feet are on the mat. You're coming into reverse tabletop. Once again, the nice straight line between the shoulders and the knees here. Hips up as high as you can. And then keeping the hands and the feet where they are, just drop the hips down towards the heels, starting to feel it through the front of the shoulder there, coming back up again. If it's too much for you, then turn the wrists around the other way, taking a bit of weight out of or tension out of the wrist there. Lifting the hips up as high as you can and dropping the hips down towards the heels. Just sitting here for a few moments, just letting the head tilt back. Just feeling into the shoulders here, the back of the scapula, supraspinatus, back of the shoulders there. Inhaling, hips to the sky. One more breath, and then when you're ready, just dropping the hips down, keeping the soles of the feet on the mat. We'll just take the hands underneath the knees here. We'll come up into boat pose or Navasana. So the shins are parallel to the mat and the knees are coming towards the chest. extending the fingers out in front, just engaging through the core there. A few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll roll over the ankles and we'll come up into, actually we'll go wide leg child's pose. Belly comes between the thighs, forehead on the mat, arms extended out in front, arms beside the ears. Just relaxing down here. Just let gravity do the work, maybe send the knees a little bit wider. The hips are heading towards the heels. A few breaths. Then when you're ready, coming up, bringing the knees underneath the hips. The wrists are underneath the shoulders. We're going to do some cat-cows here, so dropping the belly down, tilting through the tilting through the hips, chest forward, chin up into a cow. On the inhale, exhaling cat. Arching through the spine, tucking the pelvis under, chin to chest, inhaling. Sound effects are optional. Exhaling, do the cat, arching through the spine, chin to chest, tuck the pelvis through, pressing down through the hands, inhaling. A few more times. Exhaling. Inhaling, moo. Exhaling, cat. Inhaling, moo. Exhaling, cat. Okay, that's enough for sound effects. As we come back to neutral here, walk the hand, one hand span in front, just so you've got a bit more room. And from here we're just going to drop the hips down and just chest is in between the arms and the head's chin towards the sky. And then we'll come back, touching the hips or the butt on the heels, and then we'll come forward. We're starting to glide the muscles, just letting everything freely move. Hopefully you're well hydrated. Water plays a very important role in lubricating all the muscles and fascia. And so from here we can just try not to grind too much into the knees, but do a figure 8 here, just rocking through. Just be careful of the knees, you don't want to be grinding on the kneecaps, just dropping the hips down, maybe looking out to the left as you come down. And then just make it your own here, maybe looking over the right shoulder. A few more breaths here, just maybe coming up on the tippy toes and the hips are off the mat, the thighs are off the mat. Do the same here, rolling off to the one side of the outside edge of the feet here, dropping the hips down, maybe coming up onto one hand, drop the hips down, other side. Just feel that beautiful stretch in the side of the hip there. And then when you're ready, we'll just come down, belly on the mat, make a pillow with the hands, forehead on the mat, wiggle the hips, big toes are touching, elbows are out wide. Relaxing here for a few moments. Just let everything settle. And then when you're ready, hands beside the rib cage there, press yourself up into reverse tabletop, or actually it's the tabletop, and then we're going to extend the right leg out, take the weight into the right hand, and we'll extend the left arm out, shoulder height, fingertips extending away from you. And then from here we're just going to go elbow to knee, chin to chest, crunching it in a few times, 5 times, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold in. 4, inhaling. 5, Inhaling. So extending the fingertips away, the thumb's pointing up. Just take the thumb down and see if you can take the arm behind you there and take a hold of that right foot with the left hand. And we're just extending here through the front of the hip flexor, flexing through the knee, opening up through the chest to the side if you want, looking back to the hand behind you, the foot behind you. And then when you're ready, plant the knee down in the hands, sit back on the heels, toes are tucked, plant the head down on the mat, and then come on back up, other side. So take the weight into the left hand, right leg's extended, no, take the weight into the right hand, left hand. Take the weight into the left hand, the left leg's extended behind you, the right fingertips are extended out in front. Look into those fingers out in front there. And then we go nose to knee, chin to chest, elbow to knee. Just crunching it in. Inhaling, exhaling a few times, inhaling. Making sure you've got your balance here, keeping everything zipped up into the middle. A few more times. Exhaling. Next time you're extending out, just pausing here. Fingertips are extending out in front. And then from here, just take that thumb down, take the hand behind you and take hold of that left leg and the right hand. Looking back to that hand behind you, if you can. Maintaining your balance here. And then when you're ready, knees on the mat, hands on the mat, tuck the toes and come up into down dog. Walk on the dog. Bending the right knee a lot, sending the left heel back behind you, opposite. Just coming back to your steady breath. Walking the dog. And then taking the weight, maybe taking the feet a little bit wider, taking the weight into the right hand and taking the left hand to the outside of the right ankle there, looking up underneath the right armpit, extending, straightening through both legs, and then opposite side. Opposite side, inhaling, exhaling. Feeling a beautiful twist. And then once you're done, you're evened up. We'll walk the hands towards the feet. And then from here, we just let gravity do the work. The feet are below the hips or maybe just to the outside of the hips. Just relaxing down. Fingertips lined up with the toes. See if you can send those palms to the mat. Keeping the legs nice and straight. Inhaling, halfway lift. Looking forward, exhaling, forward fold a little bit deeper. Maybe taking the back of the ankles there and just helping yourself down. Inhaling, halfway lift, slide the hands up the shins. Exhaling, forward fold. One more time, inhaling, halfway lift, exhaling, forward fold. Let the arms be heavy. Take each opposite elbow in the hands. Frame the head with the arms, not the head. Yes and no. Just letting everything in the back of the hips there just release. A few breaths. Then when you're ready, we'll slide the hands up the shins, to the knees, to the calves. And fingertips to the sky. Gentle tilt back and releasing the hands beside the body. we'll just bring the hands to the back of the hips, just the top of the iliac crest there. So the fingertips are heading down, hands are just above the hips at the back, and we're just going to do a gentle back bend. Bend through the knees slightly, and then we'll just tilting back, looking back, or chin on the chest, whatever feels good. Tilting back, looking back behind you, and then coming up, sliding the hands down the side of the legs, coming down, forward fold, releasing, fingertips relax on the mat. Just pressing one knee back behind you, so it's like you just do a micro bend in one knee, and then the opposite knee is just hyper extending a little bit, not too much. Just so you start to feel that little flex into the extension in the back of the knee. And then we'll rise up again, sliding the hands up to the back of the hips here. And then we'll just give yourself some support here. And then elbows are nice and close together, and then bend through the knees, and then we'll just do a bit of a back bend here once again, see if you can go back a little bit more. And then coming up, slide the hands down. Just feel that release in the lower back. And then from here, just doing those little walking. It's like you're walking, but your heels aren't lifting up. You're just extending through the backs of the knees, or you're flexing through the knee, extending through the back. And then from here, left hand's in front of the left foot, bend through the left knee. The right leg is straight, and we're bending to that, we're twisting to that straight leg side, so opening up to the chest to the side, opening up, come to the other side. A few more times on each side, do a flow, whatever feels good. Maybe taking the hand a little bit wider, opening up the chest, twisting, giving yourself a nice internal massage. A few more times on each side. And then from here, just relaxing, fingertips in front of the feet here. And now from here, see if you can turn turn the hands out, and the fingers then, or your wrist rotates and your fingers are heading towards your heels, and you stand on top of your feet and your big toe presses up against the wrist crease. So now we're standing on our hands. So the thumbs are pointing out to the side, the fingertips are pointing back towards the heels. You're standing on your feet, just applying some gentle pressure. Maybe do the opposite, so back of the hands on the mat, standing on the feet here, this way. Thumbs are pointing in this time. Then we'll go back to the other way. And then here, see if you can take some weight out of the heels. So you're just pressing into the hands. And then see if you can just bring the heels in slightly. And see if you can squat on top of the hands, giving yourself some hand massage. If this is too much for you, then obviously don't do it. Just pressing the toes into the tops of the hands here. And then you should be at the top of the mat. So from here, once you're here, standing on the feet, taking the weight into the hands, we're going to send one leg back behind you. Just pausing here for a few breaths. So the right foot's behind you, the left foot's on top of the hand still, on top of the left hand. So we've still got our fingers pointing back behind us. And then we'll swap sides. So it's like this is like a lizard lunge version of, so we're getting a nice flex through extension through the wrists. And then swap sides again, standing on the one foot, the other foot's extended behind you. And then both feet behind you. So you're doing a plank, or you're doing a push-up here with the fingertips pressing back behind you and dropping the hips down, feeling that beautiful stretch through the front of the wrist there, dropping the hips down and then up onto the knees. Walk the knees in so the fingertips are still pointing towards you, and then we're just dropping back, the hips back onto the heels, and so the fingertips are still pointing towards the knees. You're sitting on your heels and you're still feeling that flex or the extension through the wrists. And then from here, gently coming out of it, placing the backs of the hands on the thighs, and then just pressing, gently pressing into the thighs with the back of the hands, feeling a beautiful counter pose. And then releasing, interlace the fingers and slowly rotating through the wrists here, just feeling that. Maybe you can hear the clicking in the wrists, and back the other way, and then you can speed it up or slow it down to whatever feels good here. And then just pausing here. So it's a bit of a wrist, a bit heavy on the wrist this morning, but so we won't be going too heavy on the wrists anymore. That was just a bit of exercise. And so from here, just pressing the tops of the hands or the back of the hands into the mat, or into the top of the thighs, and then just circling the wrists. And then just pausing here, fingertips touch the mat beside the hips. And then the left fingertips stay low and the right hand just touches above the left ear on the head there, and we're just applying some gentle pressure into the hands, hand into the head. Just feeling that beautiful stretch into the side of the neck there. The left fingertips are lengthening away from you, trying to touch the mat. And then keeping the right elbow up high, the hand drops in between the shoulder blades, the left hand touches the right elbow, and then we just feel that beautiful stretch into the underarm, outside of the shoulder, getting some beautiful nutrients. So there's a suprascapular artery that runs into the shoulder that we're trying to activate here, or hopefully the heart's pumping the blood into the shoulders here. Obviously it's then heading into the wrists, and then from here we'll keep the left hand high above the right ear, right fingertips touch the mat, and then we'll just, so it's all about just getting blood and nutrients and all that energy into these areas that possibly haven't had it for a couple of days or weeks or months. And so we're just extending out through these right fingertips, applying some gentle pressure to the side of the head there, pressing the head into the hand into the head. Feeling that beautiful stretch into the outside of the neck there. And then keeping the left hand between the shoulder blades, the right elbow up high, take the right elbow, or left elbow with the right hand, and just feeling that beautiful stretch into the shoulder there, underneath the outside of the shoulder. And then keeping the left hand where it is, see if you can take palms together, elbows beside the ears here. Setting those hands back behind you as far as you can go, elbows beside the ears, and then relaxing, interlace the fingers behind the head, arms or the elbows are out wide in line with the shoulders. So you don't want the arms to come in at all while we do this, so we're just going to twist through the torso, so that right elbow is going back as you twist to the right, left elbow goes back, so there's a nice straight line in between the shoulders and the elbows. Of course you can come in and, that's okay, but you want to flex those, you want to extend those shoulders, the elbows back behind you, pausing here in the middle, and then bring the elbows in close to the ears. Just applying the weight to the back of the head here. And then from here, we're just going to come forward. So we're still sitting on our heels. The knees are on the mat. We're going to come forward so the head's on the mat. Hands are interlaced behind the head. And then see if you can come up. Open up through the chest. Closing down, elbows are close to each other now, just framing the head, and we'll come down again. And then come up. And then coming down. On the exhale, inhaling as you come up, we'll stand on the knees. Tuck the toes, elbows are nice and wide, interlacing the fingers behind the head. And then we'll do the same as we did before. And then see if you can look back to that foot behind you. And then see if you can take the left hand to the sky, the right fingertips touch the heel behind you. And then see if you can just do a bit of a flow here. Just taking it nice and easy. Left fingertips high, right fingertips touch the heels, maybe dropping the feet on the mat, tops of the feet on the mat, taking the heels a little bit lower. Just using your muscles in the abdomen there. And then flowing here a few more times. Maybe taking both hands behind you for Ustrasana or camel pose. Chest to the sky, tilt the head back. Hips are going forward. A few breaths here, opening up through the shoulders. And then when you're ready, coming up, hands on the hips. Tuck the toes, and then we'll just keep the knees out wide. Heels are together, toes are together. I don't know if you can see under there. And press the hands down in front of you, fingertips, and coming up into a squat. And so from here, the heels are together. The feet are kind of heading out to the side. And then we'll just find your balance here. Closing down the eyes, taking a few breaths here. And then send the arms above the head, the hands above the head, arms beside the ears. And then we're going to stand up, tippy toes, and then releasing. And then we'll just find ourselves at the top of the mat. We'll come through some sun salutations. So just standing at the top of the mat. Just twisting the torso from side to side here, flailing the arms, bending through the knees as you need to, just to release. Don't want to stress the knee out too much. And so from here, just slowing down, arms beside the body, palms facing forward, just noticing that angle that's created that moves our hands away from the body. That's called the gate angle, because if we didn't do it as we walked, our hands would hit our hips. And so, you know, the universe designed us to have that angle in the arms there, so we didn't conflict with our torso, with our skeletal structure. Okay, fingertips forward, up and back. Gentle back bend. Exhaling, pivoting at the hips. Nice and slowly line the fingertips up with the toes. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, fingertips touch down, right foot back behind you as far as you can go, right knee down, chest forward, chin up. Top of the foot on the mat behind you. Just feeling that beautiful stretch into the front of the hip flexor there. Take the left hand to the left knee, right hand to left knee, and then we'll come up. And so from here you want to feel that beautiful stretch into the front of the hip flexor there. Maybe walking the left foot out away from you a little bit, dropping the hips down. And then you might be feeling a little bit of compression in the left hip as muscle, as the bone or flesh touch each other, or probably both, maybe bone and bone, bone on flesh, or flesh on flesh. That's compression. Tension is when the muscles are at their most resistance is probably increased to the maximum. And then from here we're going to plant the right wrist down. So the right fist down, I should say. We're going to twist to the left. So we're going to take the weight out of the wrists here, twisting to the left. Twisting, opening up. And then left hands either side of the front foot there. Lift the hips up and we'll send the left heel back to meet the right. So we're in a high plank. Take a few breaths here. So you can either come down in a straight line, coming into chaturanga or upward dog, or you can just go drop to the knees, chest in between the arms, sliding through the chin, nose, sliding through into the cobra, nice low or high cobra. Exhaling, hips to the sky for a down dog. Pausing here for a few breaths. Just pressing the heels back behind you. Arms either side of the ears. Chest is moving towards the shins. Belly towards the thighs. Fingertips are spread out. Taking the weight into the thumb and forefinger. Walking the dog. And then from here we'll bring the right knee to the chest and then place that right foot in between the hands, pressing down onto the left fist, and then we'll extend the right fingertips to the sky, twisting to the opposite side now. Opening up the chest. A few more breaths here. Inhaling. Exhaling, fingertips touch down either side of the foot, spring forward, inhaling, exhaling, forward fold, inhaling, fingertips forward, up and back, exhaling, opposite side, fingertips forward, up and back, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, left foot back as far as you can go, top of the foot on the mat, left knee down, chest forward, chin up. A few breaths here. Just have the ankle underneath the knee here, maybe sneaking the right foot forward a bit. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, right hand on the right knee, left hand on the right knee, coming up, feeling beautiful flex through the front of the hip flexor on this side. Just walking that knee back if you need to, just to feel that beautiful, taking the support where you need on the knee there, just feeling that beautiful stretch in the front of the hip there. One more breath. Inhaling. Exhaling as you plant the left fist down. Inhaling the right fingertips to the sky, making sure this right knee is drawn in nice and tight to the body. Opening up through the chest to the side. A few breaths here. Opening up. Inhaling. Exhaling, hand either side of the foot there. Tuck the back toes, lift the hips up slightly, make some room for the leg to come back. Both feet are behind you, high plank, high side of a push-up. Inhaling, pausing, exhaling, knees, chest in between the arms. Forehead slides through, or chin or nose, into cobra. And then exhaling into down dog. Walk the dog. Plant the hands down, fingertips are nice and wide, feeling that beautiful stretch into the backs of the hamstrings. And then from here, left knee touches the chest and the left foot in between the hands, drop the back knees down, or the back knee, top of the foot on the mat. Plant the right fist down, left fingertips touch the sky. Anytime we're doing this, you can always come up and do the full version or the high lunge version, opening up through the chest to the sky. Opening up, 1, 2, 3. Inhaling, exhaling. And then next time you inhale, pausing there, exhaling. Inhaling, the hands touch down. Chest forward, chin up, and then we'll spring forward. Exhaling. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling. Hands beside the body as the hands come down through heart center. So starting to build up a bit of heat. Well, we've built up a little bit of heat in the body for the last 50 minutes. So we're just standing at the top of the mat here. Just lifting up the feet like you're just taking the weight from one side to the other. Just pausing here, noticing how you're feeling. Just filling up the body with beautiful prana, the life force, the vital energy. Just inhaling and exhaling. Keeping the integrity of the body nice and tall, but as you exhale, just let everything relax internally. Inhaling, exhaling. Belly draws in. The chest kind of contracts a little bit. You don't want to slump. You don't want to exhale like it's a rag doll, but just inhaling. Exhaling. Pausing here. Feeling into your body, noticing how you're feeling here. Inhaling, the fingertips to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Let the fingertips touch down. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, touch the palms down, right foot back, left foot back into high plank. Pausing here. Noticing how you're feeling here, pressing down through the hands to rise up. Then from here, hips to the sky. Press those heels back, maybe walk the hands in a little bit. Coming back, shoulders above the wrists, dropping the hips down like we did earlier. Heels back, hips are high, just doing a bit of a flow here. Inhaling, exhaling, hips are high. Inhaling, drop the hips. Exhaling, hips are high. Inhaling, drop the hips. And exhaling, let the hips touch the ground, elbows out wide. And then we're going to just belly on the mat, make a pillow with the hands, elbows out wide, wiggle the hips, big toes are touching. Just let the breath come back. Finding a natural rhythm in your breath. Then when you're ready, we'll come up into Sphinx, so elbows are underneath the shoulders. And then the fingertips are extended out in front. And then the big toes are touching. And then we'll just wiggle through the hips a bit. So this is a back bend, so just be gentle here on yourself. Looking out over the right shoulder on the inhale. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed and in line. Exhaling back to center. Inhaling, see if you can see the right foot as you look to the left. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling. One more time on each side. Inhaling. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, elbows out wide, make a pillow with the hands, forehead on the mat. Just relaxing here. A few more breaths. On your next inhale, just come up onto elbows again. This time we're going to come up a little bit higher. We're going to straighten through the elbows, pressing down through the hands. Just come up into higher version of Bhujangasana or Cobra. Flexing through the spine there, extending through the front of the body. Feeling that beautiful flex in the spine. Just be careful here. Just walking the hands in as high as you want to go, whatever feels good. We won't look over the shoulders here, so you don't want to be doing too much of twisting when you've this high up. A few more breaths. Maybe chin to the sky. Maybe walk the hands back in a bit, taking the weight into the left hand, bending the right knee, and see if you can take hold of the right hand to the right foot. Half Dhanurasana, half bow pose. See if you can lift up the left leg. And releasing, come across to the other side, taking the weight into the right hand, bend the left knee, left hand to left foot. See if you can lift up the right thigh off the mat. A few more breaths, coming up a little bit higher. Exhaling, releasing, making a pillow with the hands. Right cheek on the mat. Wiggle the hips. And then from here, we'll come back up into Sphinx. Or like we did before, we'll extend the right elbow. We'll straighten the left arm. And this right arm, actually no, first before you do that, bend the left knee up towards the chest. Straighten out through the left arm, left elbow straight. Take this right arm underneath, drop the shoulder down, and then we're coming into a twist. And then from here, the left fingertips touch the sky. The right shoulder's grounded. Ground the left shoulder, send that left arm back behind in line with the shoulders, and then relax here in a twist, beautiful twist. Keeping the shoulders grounded, maybe taking a pistol grip of the left toes with the right hand. Extending both heels away, feeling that beautiful stretch into the glutes and the outer hip. Looking out over the left shoulder, or just in line with the chest, or to the right. Whatever feels good for you. It's your body, your practice. Just feeling nice and relaxed here. A few more breaths. When you're ready, bring the right knee up towards the chest, the left knee and the right knee join each other. And then we'll just roll over to the left side. So we're in a fetal position here, just pausing here. Take a few breaths. Just relaxing, releasing, just surrendering. Next, when you're ready, we'll just extend the legs out, rolling onto the belly once more. Do the same on the other side. So right knee towards the chest. Plant the right hand down, extending through the arm there, straightening the arm out, taking this left arm underneath the right, and then taking the right fingertips to the sky, and then just send them back in line with the shoulders, ground the shoulder back behind you, looking back to that hand, or pistol grip of the big toe on the right. Extending through the heels. Beautiful twist here. Just providing yourself with that movement, increasing your flexibility and mobility in your yoga practice. Anytime we can move through, allow the fascia to move freely, allows all the nutrients and cells and other components of the body just to move through the fascia, that extracellular matrix in the body. Just allowing all the toxins and other waste products to be escorted out of the body into the lymphatic system and then removed from the body. So it's when there are blockages in our energy systems and in our energy pathways that toxins and all those other things are blocked. We're just allowing the free movement of cells, blood, water, just to move through, just to nourish the body. A few more breaths. Then when you're ready, releasing, draw the left knee up towards you, the right knee joins the left, just staying here for a few breaths. And the shoulders are grounded, the arms are out wide, palms facing down, just using your core strength, the abdomen muscles, Uddiyana Bandha, and just draw the knees towards the chest, hug the knees in. Hug the knees in. Just knees are heading towards the underarms, the ankles are crossed over, just rocking left to right or around the sacrum. And then bringing the ankle bones together, the knees together, the fingertips touch the tops of the knees. Extend the knees away from you. Arms are extended, fingertips touching the knees. Then we'll just make some nice big circles with the knees, keeping the fingertips on the knees in one direction. Turning them in one direction. Feeling that beautiful massage into the lower back, and then we'll come the opposite direction. And then send the knees wide, the elbows go inside the knees there, the hands to the outside edges of the feet, coming up into happy baby. Soles of the feet heading towards the universe, pressing the feet into the hands, hands into the feet. Rocking left to right, keeping the lower back as close to the ground as possible. Maybe dropping off to the right hip and the right knee touches down, and we come into half a happy baby, extending the left leg, come across to the opposite side, left hip and the left hip and the left knees touching the mat and extending through the right heel. Opposite side, just doing what feels good here. And then soles of the feet together, interlace the fingers around the outside edges of the feet, and then draw those heels close to the body. Knees out wide, chin to chest, looking to the feet. Take a few breaths here. Just rocking on the spine there, give it a bit of a massage. Maybe sending the feet above the head, behind you, and then coming up, just rocking on the spine here. Heels are close to the body, and then extend the legs away, and then slowing it down. Heels are close to the body, rocking left to right, just feeling the spine, all the vertebrae in the mat, just getting a bit of a massage, and then slowly releasing the grip. Soles of the feet are still touching. Sliding the hands up the knees, let the soles of the feet just touch down. Side of the feet are touching the mat, the soles of the feet are still together. So Supta Baddha Konasana, band angle pose. We're just going to release through the hips here, flutter the hips a bit. Just releasing. Just relaxing here. And then drawing the knees in. Hug the knees in one more time. And then extend the heels to the sky, arms above the head. Drawing those toes towards the face, and then we'll slowly zigzag the legs down, using the core muscles, abdomen muscles, your obliques, abdominis muscles, just slowly zigzagging down, going as wide as you want. If you're going a little bit wider, maybe send the arms out wide just for a bit of counterbalance. Just zigzagging down, taking the time here. Maybe pausing as you come down, extending the heels away. Just engaging through the lower back as well, just so you don't do any damage. Pausing above the mat here, a couple of inches. Inhaling, exhaling, heels are to the outside edges of the mat. Relax the feet out to the side. Arms are at shoulder height, or maybe just a bit closer to the body. Palms are facing up. Just relaxing here for a few breaths. Just getting comfortable here, making some final movements before you come into Shavasana. Body's relaxed, hips are relaxed. Just let everything relax here. Just taking the time to get back to your body. It does a lot for you from head to toe. We need every part of the body to function in life, and so if we don't look after it, it's not a very good place to live. So it's the only body we've got, so we need to look after it. So as you take some nice, long, slow, deep breaths, sending that energy into the toes, just wiggling the toes one more time. As you exhale, as you inhale, just taking some beautiful prana. As you exhale, send the energy down to the feet, just relaxing the feet. Just continuing to breathe, just find a nice rhythm to your breath as I move through the body parts. Without having to do anything, just send your awareness there, and then just relax. Relaxing through the ankles, relaxing through the shins and calves, relaxing through the knees, the kneecaps, relaxing through the hamstrings and the quads, the thighs, the hips, the pelvis and the sacrum. Taking a nice long slow deep breath in through the nose and extending the breath out to the fingertips and the hands and the wrists. Sending your awareness into the forearms and the upper arms and the elbows. Inhaling into the shoulders, inhaling to the back of the neck, inhaling to the abdomen. Sending your awareness into the diaphragm, the chest, the rib cage, into the lower back, the middle back and the upper back. Sending your awareness into the back of the head, the crown of the head, the forehead, the cheeks, the cheekbones, the eye sockets and the eyes, the jaw, just moving, opening up and closing the jaw a few times just to release through the jaw. Just relaxing through the whole of the front body, relaxing through the whole of the back body. Just relaxing through all the internal organs. Just allow them to just relax and do what they do naturally, autonomically, without our awareness. They activate, stimulate. Just relaxing through the whole of the body. Just relax. Start to deepen your breath now. Start to send some gentle energy of movement into the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, extending through the wrists and ankles, circling them in one direction and then the other. Slowly starting to wake up the body, turning the head from side to side. Slowly starting to wake up the nervous system. On your next inhale, send the fingertips above the head, fingertips and toes away from one another, flexing, extending, beautiful full body stretch, exhaling knees towards the chest, giving yourself a nice beautiful hug in, rocking left to right or around the sacrum, giving yourself a beautiful lower back massage. Maybe rolling off to one hip and then the other, just to give yourself some acupressure. And then when you're ready, just gently rolling off to the right side, making a comfortable pillow with the arm. Just pausing here in a supported fetal position, just noticing how you're feeling. Just taking a few moments just to feel into your body, into the subtle energy bodies, the intellectual levels. Noticing how you're feeling on a physical level, intellectual, spiritual, emotional layers of the body become affected in yoga. Without judgment, just noticing, just accepting, and then letting go. Just taking a few more breaths here. Then on your next inhale, we'll just rise up, pressing through the left hand just to rise up to find a comfortable seat, crossing the legs the opposite way to the start of the practice, sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders above the hips, ears above the shoulders, chin parallel to the mat. Just closing down the eyes, chin to the chest. Oh, sorry, we won't do that yet. Just pausing here for a few breaths. Then when you're ready, we'll send the fingertips out wide. Fingertips touch the sky, fingertips and palms gently touching, elbows out wide as you come down through heart center, following with the chin on the chest, the thumbs are pressing up against the sternum, the fingertips and palms are gently touching. We take this opportunity to give love and gratitude to ourselves and our body for this practice and for coming to practice and spending the time on the mat, and for the ancient and sacred teachings of yoga. May all beings with whom we are inseparably interconnected be fulfilled, awakened, liberated and free. May there be peace in the world and in the entire universe, and may we all together complete the spiritual journey. The divine in ourselves bows to the divine in each other, and together we say, Namaste. Namaste everybody, thank you for joining me on this beautiful Thursday morning. Thank you for your time and your energy, and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Namaste. Hello.
Beautiful. Thank you, Al. That was beautiful.
Alrighty, no worries. Oh, Lydia left.
I'll swing some moolah over your way, okay?
Oh, no rush. No worries.
I know
Alrighty.
where you live.
I know where you live.
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
Have a
See
great
you,
day.
bye.
Bye.
What is going on here?